Hey guys, how are you? I'm back. And today I want to talk about what I was doing during the World Cup. I was a producer for a company called Plaza Vea and working with a production company called Blunt Media or Blunt. And my role and AOP Studios' role in this project was a lot. It was a lot. So they had contacted me, let's say, like 3 weeks before the World Cup. And this was my first time. They didn't want me to be the local producer on the ground. And it was a great experience. It was a great payday, and sometimes I think I prefer being a producer over filming sometimes. But I just want to go over the process of everything. What I did and what I learned, and the final outcome. So let's get started on what I did. So really what I learned in this job as a producer is that you have to be patient, and the more time you have in the beginning, it's better. So I was doing things like booking their hotels. I was doing things like I was booking their hotels, finding locations. I was doing a lot of scout. I understood the city. They hired me. They primarily hired me because I knew Qatar. I knew Doha, and I knew Doha from a filmmaker's wow, work is calling. Work is calling. So, but they really knew me they really hired me as someone who understood the city, understood how to film in the city. So I was in charge of booking. I rented the car. I made sure their accommodations were good. I was calling FIFA. Everything is good. No need, brother, man. No need. Let them know, you know. And so like it was a lot. Just like you have to call, you have to make everything set up, and then like when they arrived, it was crazy, because when they arrived, there were things like when the client Plaza Vea arrived, okay, when they arrived to the country, I went to the airport, picked them up, and then I took them to their hotel, and there was some situations where their hotel wasn't available, and I was like, yo, because they had sent me like 20,000, just to arrange their hotel. And I was like, and so I thought like, when the hotel situation didn't work out, I was in shock because I was about to be down, like we're all about to be down, this 20 grand in itself. And so that was a lot to handle, but I took care of it. We ended up getting them in a hotel, upgrade everything. So that was just for the client, but the client arrived before the production team. So I was in charge of that. So me, myself, and my brand was basically representing the production company's brand for their client. And so that was a lot of work, to really bring them in. So that was good. Then like a day later, no, or the same night. Yeah, the same night actually, the production team arrived. So I go get them, the doctor, the producer from their the producer from their company, from Blunt Media came, Diego, who was the cameraman, and then Manu, who was the director. Their social medias are right here. And it was great because you want everybody to like one thing as a producer and as a professional and who understands customer service. You really want to make the client, the production teams feel right at home. It's your job as producer to make sure everything is ready. So we arrive, they come, and we're driving to their accommodation. We end up getting lost, like at 2 a.m. in the morning, and we're all like, where are we going? They're tired. And so it was a lot. But let me quickly backtrack. And so Plaza Vea is a company from Peru. They're like a Walmart, a Lulu, Monoprix, if you understand that from, I'm giving you three different countries, supermarkets. And so they're from Latin America. And the production team was run from an Uruguayan from Uruguay, and they were coming all the way to Doha, Qatar to film a commercial in the World Cup. Moves, baby, moves. And so, yeah, those are the things. So basically, I learned to summarize it is prep is everything, call is everything, backup is everything. Because I was dealing with locations, I was booking the models, I was driving with transportation. Okay, so I was doing a lot of stuff, and also, so yeah. So we'll go into that. So those are the things I learned. I just learned that you also have to charge more for producing, because I learned you also need to charge for your meals, okay, while you're on. Yes, they'll pay for it, but you should also add in money to to have stuff, because you as a producer, you need energy, you need sleep, you need rest, and you need things to work around because you're handling big production. So I really feel that you should add, more money in for your meals, for your accommodation, for your attire. Just add extra in that because it's a lot of work you'll be doing as a producer. So, and also add money. If you're doing transportation, add money for backup for scar dents, for the car being dented because the car got dented. So add money for a lot of these different things. It's very important. Um, So I wanted to talk about really the crew. So again, there was Martin, and really Martin, it was his production company. He was the executive producer. There was also Diego. Diego is like what I call, he's a great filmmaker and also influencer style filmmaker. So he does a lot around the world, a lot of good stuff, and you have to check him out. And then also you'll see, as you can see, like while I'm speaking, like there's like us, working together, so much I gotta talk about. So, but anyway, like I keep remembering more and more stuff. And then there was Manu. Manu was a director, and let's start with Manu. During a lot of the filming, I think me and Manu, we didn't really mesh well. As we didn't really work well because the director has ideas, and as a producer, I'm trying to make sure we all don't go to jail. We're in the Qatar during the World Cup. There's a lot of things I told him no, you need to relax. He was like, no, we want to shoot this, and certain things I wouldn't do because I wasn't hired to do certain things. So I was just standing my ground on a lot of things. Hello, fan. It's beautiful to hear you, but it's okay. But even though we didn't really mesh well, towards the end during the project, I really learned a lot from this director. Like because of this director, like after that project, Plaza Vea, you'll see another video in the description below that I learned a lot from him. Like I was directing in his style. Like I had a camera on me because Manu, he always had a camera, like a nice Leica German camera always with him. He had his shorts, his hat on, and he would just look in the cameras. And I really embody a lot of what Manu did as a director. And as you can see some of his work, you'll see when you see the final video, you can see what I'm talking about. Because yes, again, always in our business, sometimes business is business. And I was reminded about that for this project, but I did learn a lot from the director. Then there was Diego. Diego was basically the cameraman, and he was very valued on this trip, because uh, with working, this is my opinion and my view, he was very valued because he had all the gear. He had all the Rode mics. He had the Canon 5, Canon R5. He had all the lenses, Sigmas, Canons, you name it. He had the selection, and so he had the gear, the gimbals, and all the gear for the project. And since he was bringing that, he was valued more. So, I liked his style. Later on, we can really study his filmmaking. Me and him, we got along well. We cooked a lot. We went out shopping when we weren't working. So I really dug Diego. And so he has that really cool Latin American vibe, laid back. He's older, but he understands what's going on. And he's very chill. I like him because he's on that holistic food vibe, almond milk. You're not eating certain things, and we had a lot of matcha together. So it was good. Now to the man who hired me. I really like Martin's vibe because Martin, they took a risk. They took a risk and they really hired me. You see, he sent a lot of money to me via Western Union. He sent the first half, and they sent a big amount of money, okay, to Western Union. Where Western Union said, slow down. Where's that money coming from? What are you doing with that money? And so I have to give credit to Martin for trusting in me. Someone referred me, and the person who referred me, he got his commission. He got his ka-chang check. You should ask that brother about it. But so that was good, because Martin really took a trust in me. Martin, he's what he calls himself a soldier. He's like, let's go do it. I don't care how it's going to get done. Let's go do it. And so even though I was angry with Martin a lot because, as a producer, you're just trying to make things done smoothly. And he just like, F it, let's go do this, So it's really good. So overall, the crew, they came to complete their mission. I was an obstacle in the mission because I lived in Doha, Qatar, and I understand the laws of Qatar and different things, and I lived there, so they could always they could always, during our filming, we had a lot of incidences happen. One where security got mad at us, one where I cursed them out because I was like, listen, I live here, I don't want to go to jail. So it was just a lot of stuff going on. But overall, they came to complete their mission, and the client is happy. So yeah. So first of all, I want to thank you, the viewer, for taking that long to get here. And as we go into closing really about this project, I learned a lot, you know, as a producer for a commercial on a heavy scale. And before you watch that commercial, I just wanted to say that I learned a lot. It was powerful to be around it, and I'm happy I was able to delve into that, you know, to go into that side and really understand it, really understand that side of the business, you know, because I always say this, if you're in media and you're in production, media production, photography, videography, filmmaking, whatever, it's a team sport, and you cannot get this stuff done without the team sport. So I want to thank the man behind the camera. His social medias will be in here because, as you can see from here, I broke my ankle fracture, so pray for me. And you know, we all need help. And again, I don't know why the WhatsApp wants to keep messing around while I'm recording, but this is life. So thank you again for your time, guys, and check out the video, and the rest is the rest. Hamidou Williams with AOP Studios, and if you ever want to do any work with me, hire me for some jobs. Everything is in the description below. See you soon.
¿Qué podía hacer el supermercado de los precios bajos para acompañar a los hinchas peruanos que igual llegaron a Qatar?
No voy a ver a Perú y encima todo está caro.
Plaza Vea presenta plazavea.cua. Analizamos en tiempo real los precios de todos los supermercados de Qatar y reunimos los precios bajos en plazavea.cua, geolocalizándolos y actualizándolos al instante de acuerdo a la zona y las tiendas más cercanas. Hacían el pedido, buscábamos los productos en cada supermercado y los llevábamos al lugar que querían. plazavea.cua. No importa dónde estén los hinchas peruanos, nosotros vamos a ayudarlos a ahorrar todos los días, incluso en uno de los lugares más caros del mundo.